Hello, I'm 697 and welcome to episode 2 of Minecraft Complete Modding Guide. In this episode I'll show you how to install all the files from the last episode so that your workspace is ready for modding. Now before you start this episode, make sure you've got all the files from the last video. That's JDK setup, MCP for the current Minecraft version, Modloader for the current Minecraft version, Eclipse, and also you'll need a clean bin. And by clean bin I don't mean a bin as in for rubbish, I mean for the Minecraft files you need a completely clean bin with no mods, no modloader, nothing. And check to see if you've got a clean bin folder. Just open Minecraft, just wait for that to load, and basically when you click, before you click login on Minecraft, you want to set the update to force update, and I'll show you that once this loads. Okay, so Minecraft eventually loaded, and what you're going to do is before you log in, just click options, click force update, done, and when you log in it will completely override the bin folder so that it will only have the clean minecraft.jar, no mods, nothing. So I would say back up your bin if you've got any mods in it before doing this. And now you've got all the files, you can get started in creating your workspace. The first step in creating the workspace for modding Minecraft is to install the Java JDK. Now once you've installed that, you can check if it's installed by going to Programs and Features, type it in Java, and as you can see here, Java SE Development Kit 7 Update 3 64-bit is installed because it's in the list. But here's the problem, so just close that. Here's the massive problem with this now. The computer does not know where this is, and by that I mean it doesn't know that JDK is installed. It knows that it's installed, but it doesn't know that it's running on the system. And to check that is you go to Start, type CMD into the search, open that, and then here type Java C, which means Java compiler. And you can see Java C is not recognised as an internal and external command because it cannot find it. So what you need to do is to set up a path. Now that might sound a bit confusing, but it's really simple. It basically means the computer follows that path, as we call it, to the files, and it knows that it's installed. So you're going to close that, and now first you want to find the actual JDK. So you want to go to Computer, Local Disk, and here there's Program Files and Program Files 86. 86 is for 32-bit software, and Program Files normally is for 64-bit. So I got 64-bit, so I open that. Find Java, easy by just pressing J, there it is. Double click that, find JDK, so JRE, as I said before in the first episode, is the actual Java, and JDK is the development kit. Open that, open bin, and we've got loads of files here. Now you don't want to click any of the files, you just want to copy the address, and to do that you just click the empty space in the web address bar, and it shows you that, and just right click, click copy. Now we've done that, we need to actually find the place that we can edit the paths in. So all you want to do is to go to Start, right click Computer, and click Properties. And then here you want to click Advanced System Settings, which is up here. And on the Advanced tab, which will take you to anyway, you need to find Environmental Variables at the bottom. And you've got loads of paths and variables and stuff here. So what you do is find path, easy by just pressing P. You've got path, and you want to double click it. And now you've got loads of paths there. Now, before I go any further, I want to tell you, do not, and I repeat, do not delete any of these because they'll be gone forever and it could mess up your server. And I don't take any responsibility for that because I've just said to you, do not delete anything. Instead, at the very end, like I've already done here, but take it off, it would be like that. You want to add a semicolon, which means the same thing as in Java, which I'll tell you about in another episode. It means add a new line, completely different from the line before, line after. So in this line here, this is completely different from the line we're about to put in, which is the web address we copied. So what we're going to do is to put the colon and then right click and click paste, and now we've got the path to our JDK. So once you've done that, you want to click OK, OK, OK. You can close this, and now to check that it's actually set the path, you want to go to Start, Command Prompt again, or CMD. Let's do that again, and you want to type in Java C again. And if you just wait a bit, this is what's taking its time. Let's try that again. Sorry, I don't know what's happening there. Just try that again. So I'll reopen this, put Java C, and yep, it worked this time. It's opened loads of lines. You don't need to know what any of these mean, but because they've loaded, you know that Java JDK is working fine. So now you've closed that, we can get started in creating the proper workspace. Now I'm going to show you how to set up MCP. So what you want to do is to open MCP, and you can see there's loads of files and loads of batch files. Basically all these batch files means clean up, means it cleans it all up so you can start again if you need to. Decompile means once you've put in all the files, it decompiles them so it's ready for modding. Get change source, not sure. Recompile, opposite decompile, put it all back together so we can test it. Reformat, I'm not sure about that either, sorry. Reobfuscate means turn the recompiled files into, it finds all the edited files and it makes them into classes which you can install into Minecraft. Start client and start server for testing. Update MCP is just updating if there's any updates on the files, but I don't think it updates it from like 1.25 to 1.3 or something. It just updates specific files inside MCP. Update MP5, I think that's for servers, and update names. I think that's updating names, but I'm not sure. Anyway, once you've got on MCP, you want to open bin and see all these files. Actually, don't open bin. First you make sure bins are clean, clean Minecraft.jar. And what you want to do is to find jars in MCP, and it's got some server properties, you don't need to worry about that. And you want to drag bin into there. And now before we decompile this, which means turn all the class files into jar files which you can edit, you want to install Modloader. So you want to do is open bin folder, right click Minecraft.jar and open with WinRAR. And now you want to open the Modloader files we downloaded in the first episode. Now you want to drag all these into Minecraft.jar, and then you want to delete meta-inf, but I'm sure you already know that by now. And then once that's done, we can close that, go back to the main directory of MCP, and now we can hit decompile. And this will be a lengthy process if it's the first time, but basically what it does is it gets all the class files from the bin folder and turns them into Java files that we can modify using Eclipse or using Notepad or whatever. So this will take a lengthy process, so I'll restart this video once it's decompiled. Right, so now that's decompiled, I'm just going to tell you about a few things in there. First one is where it says at the top, modified jar detected unpredictable results. An exclamation mark usually means that's a problem, but it's not a problem, it's because we've installed Modloader, it's modified, but that's not a problem whatsoever. Second one is where it says errors found, and that means that there's a problem in somewhere, but when I look into the files there's only like one tiny problem and it hasn't affected me in any way whatsoever, so I don't know how that should affect you either. And then the last one, it says here missing server jar file. That's because we haven't installed the server files, and by that I mean we haven't dragged it into the jars folder like we did with here, like jars. We put the bin folder in, but we didn't put the server files in, and I'll do that in another tutorial as long as there's enough demand for it. Now once that's done, which convenient says here done, and it says, should say generating client MD files if you've just done single player, which means it's completely done. You just click and you can continue, and now that's decompiled, we can move on to integrating it into Eclipse, which will be done in the next episode. Thanks for watching this episode, and please like it, comment on it if you've got any more questions, and please subscribe to my channel because that really helps me a lot. And I'll see you guys next episode.